Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of the blind playthrough we're doing of Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. It's good to see you guys again. Well, not actually see you, but it's good to bring more content for you. I'd just like to remind you, please subscribe if you enjoy watching my videos. I will be dedicating most of my content towards Danganronpa, so after I finish Trigger Happy Havoc, I'll probably go on with the next games, the next titles. Maybe in the future, do stuff like playing fan-made games, and I have some interesting ideas for the future after I delve further in to the franchise, right? So, if you like my content, subscribe, hit the like button, everything. And also, make sure to check my social media. I leave links to those in the description below. Just fix this up a tad there. Let's see if that's alright. Yeah, sure, why not? So, last episode, basically, it was kind of interesting. We had some weird dreams, which actually probably aren't dreams, or something, maybe like distorted reality type of sense. We dismantled one of the Monokuma robots, because apparently it wasn't working. We do not know what's happening regarding that situation, that current circumstance. And we were going to break into the headmaster's office. Kyoko is still disappeared. But when we sent Jill, or actually Toko, to get a pickaxe, she found the body. So now we're here, and we're gonna inspect it. So we need to find out who this actually is, but there's no way to tell with the mask covering their face like that. And the white coat they're wearing makes it impossible to tell anything about the body itself. The victim is a total mystery. But one thing I do know is that whoever this is, they attacked me last night in my room. But why? How did they wind up dead in here? Their heart isn't beating. They're not breathing. All signs of life have come to a complete stop. Thanks to the knife that's been driven into their stomach, their clothes are stained a bright red. Or in this case, pink. I'm sorry, the frame is actually really bothering me. I think that should be alright. It appears the bleeding has stopped, but the blood that's there is still wet, so it means that's kind of recent. Be careful you don't touch it. Okay. How can you be so calm at a time like this? Who is it? Their face and body are all hidden, so I don't have a clue. I'm pretty sure it's a girl at least. How can you tell? Well, I think I see the outline of her chest, and just the general shape of the body. Yeah, the more I look, the more I'm sure it's a girl. Really? Then it could be... Okay then. Let's just tear the mask clean off. Why not? But by the time he called out, it was already too late. Toko's hand shot out toward the mask, and in the next instant... How is Toko going to survive that? Excuse me, but how? There was a blinding light and a deafening roar. The body blew up. It blew up, 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 it blew up. My vision started to darken. I prepared to pass out, but then... Hurry up, put out the fire. And my consciousness attempted to float away. That voice reached up and pulled it back down to earth. Someone pressed something into my hands. It was a bucket of water. The upper half of the body was on fire. I took aim and tossed the water as hard as I could. Thankfully, that was enough to put the fire out. It died down, leaving behind only the unpleasant smell of burning. The smell of a burnt corpse, dude, that's horrible. I guess that took care of it. What the hell, man? It exploded. I had a bad feeling about that body, but I never imagined it would explode. And now the body It's burnt to a crisp. That's beyond well done, man. Don't compare it to a steak. I'll never be able to eat steak again. But now that the body's charred, I really have no idea. How are we gonna find out who it was? Who isn't here right now? If we consider who's not here, that will quickly narrow down who it must be. There is only one person missing. It's Kyoko. Then that dead body is Kyoko? I doubt it. Calm down, I didn't say it was Kyoko. But I mean, who else? There is one other person. The mastermind. Fair enough. Come on, there's no way the mastermind got charbroiled. Get serious. I agree, normally the idea wouldn't be worth considering, but I have reason to believe it may be true. The mastermind being dead would explain that other matter, wouldn't it? Monokuma can hardly move around if its master is dead, right? But that corpse is a girl, right? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, remember what Alter Ego said? So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned this all out, and according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. He said the mastermind is some middle-aged dude, right? Which the corpse obviously isn't. Then could that mean the mastermind isn't the headmaster? Is it the teenage girl Kyoko told me about? The ultimate despair? Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student at Hope's Peak. What are you talking about? The other day, Kyoko confided in me. She said there was a 16th student here in the school. I think you'd better tell us everything you know. Well, all Kyoko told me was... Mukuro Ikusaba. Sounded like Kyoko thinks Mukuro Ikusaba is the mastermind. No, the headmaster isn't the mastermind, I'm sure of that. Oh yeah, it's just a repeated scene. There is another student here, and it's a female. That would match the body's characteristics. And that phrase, the ultimate despair, it sounds super mastermindy, doesn't it? Okay, so the mastermind is this girl Mukuro, and she's a student here, and she's the ultimate despair. But if she's been hiding here in the school like some teenage Bigfoot, how'd she wind up burnt to a crisp? None of this makes any sense, to just suddenly show up and then die. I think we'd better take a closer look at the body. There may be some clues to help us figure out exactly who it is. True, we're forgetting Toko. Oh yeah, she got totally blown up, huh? Forget about her. I'm sure the explosion vaporized her. How is she alive? Oh, she survived. Oh, she survived. What just happened, Master? You declared for the whole world to hear that you would never again inhale a single molecule of oxygen. Oh, then I don't mind breathing in the carbon dioxide you exhale. That's enough for me to live. This is the strangest back and forth I've ever seen. Okay. There is this right here. What is that? Right now I have to focus on the body. Okay, let's go to the body then. I should take a close look at the body one more time. Watch yourself, Makoto. She may be dead, but she's still a girl. Don't worry, I don't plan on touching the body all that much. I'm not Kyoko after all. See, she has those fingernails. A tattoo on the hand. And what is this? There's something next to the body. It's a key. Is it what Kyoko took from Monokuma? Not the same key. But looking at it, I could tell it wasn't just any key. Okay, that's the repeated sequence. That's right, the key she stole was shaped like Monokuma. This isn't anything like that. Then this key is... What is it? Did you find something? Yeah, this was on the ground near the body. I've never seen this key before. What could it possibly go to? So even you don't know then. Makoto, I'm going to give you a very important task. That key might give you access to certain areas we thought were locked. The biolab, the data center, the headmaster's room, the dorm rooms on the second floor. It's in your hands. So I'm your errand boy now. Oh, did they really kick us out like that? Fair enough. Let's go. I'm gonna go to the biolab since it's like right here. Let's head in there. Let's see. The biolab was definitely unlocked before. Okay, let's give it a shot. When I went to insert the key I'd found in the garden into the keyhole, the key isn't even close to fitting, which means the key doesn't go to this room. Okay. I'm not sure what I bet the key is for. It kind of looks like data center thingy, but I don't know. Might go to this dorms on the second floor. I really want to go there because I'm curious. Let's check the headmaster's room. I don't think he goes in there. The headmaster's room was locked before. Okay, let's give it a shot. Okay, the key won't go in. Fair enough. We can go to the data center over here. The door to the data center definitely locked. Does it work? It does. Okay. Perfect then. I guess all that running around paid off. I have to go tell everyone else. I immediately headed back to the garden. Fair enough. So you're back. How'd it go? I found out which room the key goes to. It's the data center down on the 4th floor. Then we can get into the data center now? Interesting. But why did the now deceased have that key on them? I suppose we'll just have to go to the data center and find out. Okay. Here we are. Looks like the door is still unlocked. Hey, so when you open that door, there's not gonna be another huge kaboom like before, right? You're asking that question now. Don't worry, we have Makoto. It's in your hands. It means I trust you. That's an absolute lie. I'm just being used. Yep, we're just being used, but whatever. Just go inside. I reached out and put my hand on the door, closed my eyes and tried to clear my mind. With a silent prayer, I slowly opened the door. Nothing happened. After making sure I was still alive, I slowly opened my eyes. Oh, the data center is actually much bigger than I thought. Okay. In a word, the room was strange. I mean, all the rooms up till now were strange, but this room had a special kind of strangeness. It wasn't a surface fear like the rest of the school. Here, the fear was lurking beneath the surface. The room was filled with, that kind of dread. He'd extended a trembling hand and pointed. Look at all those monitors on the wall. Look what they're showing. Each monitor displayed a different section of the school. The dorms, the classrooms, even part of the school was covered. Every part of the school was covered. It's the direct feed from every single surveillance camera. All the cameras in the school feed back into this room, and they're displayed here on these monitors. So the sole purpose of this room is to watch us. Then this room is the mastermind's private room, without a doubt. Kind of weird name to give it, private room, but whatever. The mastermind's room, I guess that makes sense. So the mastermind was here. And he has like a... Oh, that's a door, I didn't notice. I just thought it was like a Monokuma painting, which seemed weird, but you know. watching us. It really is kind of creepy. There's even a camera here, which is kind of strange, right? I think it would be strange. And there was also like a world map. That's kind of off as well. I don't know. What about those things towards the side? Are those used to actually control Monokuma, or probably not, considering the place it's in? I don't know. Then I think this settles it. The body in the garden. If they have the key to this room, it can only mean one thing. That was the body of Mukuro Ikusawa, and she was the mastermind. Then the mastermind is dead? Like, really, really dead? It would seem so. The mastermind is dead. How could that really be true? Does that mean it's all over? Because I mean, that body... Whatever happened, they obviously didn't die natural death. So who was it? But if the mastermind really is dead, that means we can finally get out of this hellhole. We have to hurry up and okay. Yeah, we actually do have to check this area. I'm really sus, I don't think it works out like that. I really don't. If the mastermind truly is dead, we can leave whenever we decide to. But right now, we need to find out why the mastermind set up this life or death game in the first place. And I'm bothered by the fact that the mastermind was obviously murdered. So you think so too, huh? I mean, it definitely looks like a murder. I just noticed their shoes as well. High heels. Okay. The state of the corpse makes it plain as day. There's absolutely no doubt. I wonder where Kyoko is though. The mastermind was murdered. Why is it gonna be that way? I mean, who could have even done it? That's exactly why I said we need to investigate the purpose and identity of the mastermind. Now do you understand, you useless insect? You're banned from talking to Master ever again. The mastermind's purpose, and why they were killed. This room may very well hold the answers to those questions. After all, the mastermind must have spent who knows how much time here. Okay then, let us begin our search. It's time to uncover the identity of the mastermind. Okay, this room is actually really, really creepy. Well, not creepy, it looks really sophisticated, but kind of weird. Why is there so many seats? And like, completely empty desks. Like, there's literally nothing on the desk. Like, no PCs, no paperwork, no anything. That looks like a really flat drawer. You could basically only fit like maybe a laptop, some papers in there. I don't know. Let's check out this TV. It looks kind of like an old-fashioned television. Hey, look, next to that TV. A TV antenna. It is. It's just like the one my grandma uses. It's totally one of those high-definition antennas. Wait, so if we hook up the antenna, we could watch TV? Well, Saturday morning, Hina's here. Are you talking about me? Anyway, if we can watch TV, let's do it. Why are you so hyped about that, though? Ah, you're all starved for info from the outside world, huh? Alright, let me work my magic, and you'll be quantum leaping your way to TV land. That's kind of a strange way to put it, but whatever. I mean, I get the reference, but what's he talking about? Okay. What else do we... How about that door? This door is kind of creepy. It's got a picture of Monokuma on it. What could it be inside? Yeah. I don't think so, right? No, it wouldn't function. Well, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. The mastermind's dead, right? So nothing's gonna happen to us. Why don't we just break it down then, if you're so confident that he's dead? Worrying about it isn't going to do any good. Hina's right, the mastermind's gone, so there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. I doubt he's gone, to be honest, but... What else can we investigate? These? There's a bunch of computers all lined up. They look like high-performance PCs, nothing like the ancient laptop alter ego was installed on. They're all on, but they seem to be locked. So, what? We can't do anything? Just use your fighting spirit to force your way in. What century are you from? The mastermind must have been using an alter ego. You may well be very right about that. There's no point in thinking about it now. Sadly, Chihido's dead. Okay, the world map thing. There's really a ridiculous number of monitors here. And the mastermind's been using them all to spy on us. What is this? Why is she even... Why? Why, Togo? Why do you have to be like that? Alright. What do you have to say? What's wrong? Good news for all you Saturday morning kiddies out there. I think I got the TV working. Now, all we gotta do is switch it on. All you guys need to cut free from your regrets of the outside world. And they were sitting here watching TV the whole time. They really thought they could get away with it. Oh, so it's the camera that's right there? Why though? You're weird. Weird in every way possible. And not just weird, super weird. But this TV isn't hooked up to anything but the antenna. So how is it showing the camera feed? Is it like every single camera? No, it's just that. Okay, kind of weird though. Is it broken or something? No, there must be some kind of trick to it. Some weird setup. I almost had a heart attack. What? Excuse me? Okay, I need a moment, dude. Like, just imagine. Just imagine the situation, right? You're doing something you clearly shouldn't be doing. That could probably take you to death. And what happens? The person that can sentence your death just appears randomly behind you, without a moment's notice. And just kind of acts casual about it. He hasn't noticed it. I can't believe. I want to see the reactions when they notice. Are they going to be priceless reactions? They probably will. Okay, Took is the first one to react. You know what would really be funny? If Kyoko is, like, handling Monokuma. But I don't think that's the situation. But that would be really, really funny, for sure. Okay, let's see how this goes then. Been a while, freaking bastards. You're supposed to be dead. Of course I'm different. Evolution is perfectly natural. After all, I've been hibernating for 2 years already. How are you alive again? Oh yeah, that's it. The look on your faces right now is sublime. That's what I wanted to see, the moment you went from hope to despair. Don't tell me you pretended to be dead, all for this moment. Why would a bear pretend to be dead? You're the ones who should pretend to be dead when you see a bear. I mean, that's totally laughable. It makes me laugh. I'm gonna laugh now. And that's that. Well, it's almost time to cut off your past, so full of hope, and begin to despair at the future ahead of you. I want you all. I want you to all have way more fun in this killing game. You can't be serious. We have to keep going. No, we're supposed to get out of here. Get out of here. You're so obsessed with getting out of here. How do you not get it? There is no getting out of here. And besides, this life isn't all bad, you know? I mean, there's stuff you won't like about life no matter where you are. Are you serious? This place is the worst. If it's the worst, does that mean you're in despair? You're just teasing them, that's so, I don't know, dude. I'm pooped from all that laughing. I guess I'll just get to the point now. You guys really struck gold when you found that TV. Yes, indeed, that TV is an essential part of your school life here. I knew it was hiding a secret of some kind. But I connected the antenna, so why is it just showing the surveillance feed? Look how attentive they are now. Well then, I'm gonna let you in a blood-gushing secret and tell you about it. That TV is absolutely, without a doubt, displaying the signal coming in on the antenna. What does that mean? It's displaying the signal, but it's just us standing here. You're so stupid, don't you get it? Fine. Are we the signals? Do we have something inside of us that's... This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. I was fucking right. I don't know how many episodes ago I said that. Probably like at the end of the second trial, when he made like a mention, or his speech pattern inclined towards this being broadcasted to other people, right? I didn't know it was the entire world. I would think it would maybe just be like a Japanese thing, but apparently it's like a huge scale operation thing. Which is very weird, very interesting, very strange. Okay, so I was right. I'm happy about that. I'm really, really happy about that. Extreme. This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. Doesn't matter how many times he says it. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I mean, even if I understood the words, I'm not sure I understand the deeper meaning. What? Broadcast live to the entire world? What kind of bad joke is this? It can't be. Have they taken over the airwaves somehow? Dude, Byakuya's expression? Man. The camera feed is being broadcast? No way, that's impossible. That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in the crisis management system. You know that? All you need is one weird trick that I found, and hijacking the airwaves is easy mode. Are you being serious right now? Of course. I heard a kind of creaking, but the sound was coming from my own mind. Like a boat tossing in the ocean, my mind had begun to creak and groan. Everything has a meaning, you know? All those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about the school's mysteries, even me luring you here right now. Why would I do any of that without a reason? It was all for my captive audience, to show them true despair, like they'd never seen it before. I became the director of a despair-based production. This is the ultimate reality show, the best in despair entertainment. You're lying. If this was on TV, the police and everyone else would be going crazy. Yeah, there's no way they wouldn't have tried to come and rescue us. What if they already did? But then again, it's not really any of their business, right? Sure, some people might yell at their TV and try to warn you, but who would actually come here to help? Don't you think that's possible? I don't really know personally, though. So, whatever. But to take control of all communications like that, you need an astronomical amount of resources. Yep. So, how could things have come this far? Well, that's a secret. There's something you all need to do first, remember? There is a little business of... Body has been discovered, is that the thing? Oh, okay, there's gonna be one more trial then. Fair enough, fair enough. Okay. Do you mean... I'll leave. The next one will follow right here. Everyone, give it all you've got, okay? Oh, I'm sure we are in for a heck of a ride. Alright. I actually have no predictions. I don't know... anything at all anymore. Okay. And then he was gone. Reality was incomprehensible, the truth hopelessly out of reach. All we were left with was much despair. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think. It took everything I had just to keep myself standing upright. How is he still alive? True. I thought that finally we could get out of here. Well, that part's obvious. The class trial is the class trial. What it means is that at this point we had to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko. I don't think it's Kyoko. And if Monokuma is still alive and active, that means that the mastermind, Mukure Kusaba, isn't dead. So naturally that body can't belong to her, so it must be Kyoko. There's no other possibility. It's not Kyoko's, it really does not look like her. No, it's not possible, because I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is. To have it end like this. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. Anyway, we'd better begin. But if we're gonna have a class trial, then that means the killer... Correct. Must be someone participating in our school life. Well, that's not precisely what I'm saying, no. I don't have time to explain now. There's a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm. So, I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you'll put everything you have into this. This is how the game works, after all. Mind blown, dude, that happened way too fast for me. Well, I'd better start... Okay. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds. These were at least several days old. Fair enough. Okay. No matter what, I had to find out what happened. Okay, so this is my guess. I'm starting to process things, right? Starting to wrap things around my head. Sure, I just need to do... Okay. Junko... It's Junko, right? Junko Nashima was the girl at the beginning. She's not dead. I already established that. She's the mastermind. Mukuro Kusaba, on the other hand, was a 16th student, under the command of Monokuma or Junko. They faked Junko's death so she could escape from the whole situation, right? And just like disappear. Because she's dead, technically. At least for us. But that would explain why Monokuma is still functioning. They probably did this whole thing to trick us and to continue this so-called despair show or whatever the name he gave it. My thing now is Kyoko is gone, so Monokuma took advantage of that to make us think that this body is Kyoko's. In reality, it is what's the name? Murako Ikushi or whatever, that name, that girl. She was killed. And this is a setup, a trap. Monokuma made it explode specifically so we can't see the identity. So it's all a setup. I think Monokuma killed Moruo Ikusawa or whatever her name is. I'm gonna go with that for now. I don't know where Kyoko is though. I know she's not dead, and I don't know what her role in all of this is. She's probably still trying to find a way out, right? I don't know. These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure. But I feel like I've seen that before. But where? Wait, what is it there? I need to double check that later. I don't know what that is. I actually do not know what that is. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe then I'll find something. Maybe I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Well, she has that tattoo there. That's definitely not Kyoko. There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they'd get in the way of normal activity. Okay. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. How can you see a picture of a dog there? I don't see anything, but okay. Is there anything else on the body? The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. Because, yeah, we threw water on it. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Exploded body analysis. Okay. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? Okay. Is there anything else I need to, see? I already saw this sequence. Okay. I didn't want to... I'm gonna have to go... Okay. The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burned up. There's only one little piece left. Okay, I can escape now. Yes. I guess the knife? There is a knife laying on the ground. Is this... It must be the knife that was stuck on the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The medical file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. It is. It's the knife the person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked, I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. And maybe then And if this really was Kyoko, it wouldn't mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. Okay. Let's talk to her, I guess. Um, whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. Okay. What about you, Hina? Do you remember how the body looked? You know, before it blew up. If I remember right, he was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, that wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it. Oh, thanks, that was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better too. So, thank you too. Body before the explosion. Okay. Is there anything in the chicken coop? Oh, we're missing a chicken. I don't know how that's relevant, but... Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course, there were precisely 5. Yeah, right. What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared. I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there was definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hito and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? I actually had no idea how that's related to the case, but we'll see. This is the panel to control the sprinkles. They're set to 7:30 a.m. So the sprinkles turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then, if the body was here before then, the sprinkler should have gotten it wet. Which should mean the murder must have taken place after 7:30 because the bottom half of the body isn't wet. Let's talk to Hiro, I guess. It's 11 o'clock right now. Well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monakuma's announcement woke me up at 7:30, headed to the gym. Okay. 9 o'clock. Okay. That's right. It had to have been right around 9 o'clock. So I think we can say for sure the body was found at 9 a.m. That's a pretty small job. Okay. Fair enough. Is this relevant? Let's see. I guess not. Are the sprinklers relevant? Those nozzles poking out, are the sprinklers? Yes, okay. Let's talk to Byakuya then. Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you. Sure. What do you want to talk about? I'd like to hear your alibi. Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it? Isn't it obvious? The murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. He'd just been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here. So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's room to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all 4 of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko. And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well. But you never came to the door. So, where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth, I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever. That's hardly an alibi. I know. So, what now? You seem to be at quite a disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Okay. I'm gonna check that. Just to be sure, I should check the tool shed. There's something on the ground. This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. Okay. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside, it's totally clean and completely dry. One side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. Okay. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. Yeah, I don't see anything else out of place here. Okay. I think I've checked everything I need to do in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically, that fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. I don't even know where that fragment is from, though. Okay. Is that corpse really Kyoko? That's true. Okay. Where's that fragment from? I can't really remember. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. Okay. So Byakuya, I'm gonna ask you for the key. I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me borrow her room key. Bruh, give me the room key. If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later, at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all. Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see. Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not. Such a bitch. Okay then, during the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. What one area, dude? I don't even know where the fragment is from. I generally have no clue. I'm gonna check here. Because I really do not know. It's probably not here, right? I don't see anything remotely similar to that. So let me just leave. Where else can I go? Is this by any chance? Nope. Fair enough. I'm trying to think, but I seriously do not know where that fragment is from. Here? Let's see. No, apparently not. Doesn't seem to be from here at all. Okay, going, whatever. Let's just leave then. Where could it be from? I don't think it's these two rooms. I generally do not know. I actually do not know. It's locked. Okay. Where could it actually be from? Inside here, maybe? By any chance? I don't see anything similar to that. No, there's nothing remotely similar here, is there? Let's see. Where could Kyoko have gone? here by any chance? I don't think so. Nope, apparently it's not here either. I'm probably sure you guys know where I'm supposed to go. I actually have no idea where that piece is from. Like, zero clue. It's just part of a rectangle, right? Like one of the corners. It's red and has a nail. Let me see if I can... there were bits of the fragment near the dead body. Debris near the body. It seems familiar to something that was seen earlier. I genuinely do not know. Where could that be? I have no clue. It doesn't remind me of anything. Who fixed the window though? That's my question. Just like with Sayaka and Taka, Monokuma is responsible, I'm sure. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's from here either. Okay, let's see. I'm guessing it could be the secret room, maybe, but I'm not sure. It was here, right? Let's see. Guess not. Okay, I am at a loss then. I actually do not know where to go. Genuinely at a loss. Not in here either. Where could it be? Audiovisual? By any chance? We haven't been here in a long time. No, apparently not. Maybe back to this section. Okay, so it's not even over there, so I need to go somewhere here. I guess I'm just gonna check every single room because I really do not know where to go. Not here. Fair enough. Y'all can just skip ahead, I guess. I'm a complete loss until I find it. Not here. We've already checked that. Not there, not there. What about this place? Not here. In the gym by any chance? I don't remember anything in the gym resembling that, but I could be totally wrong. Yeah, apparently I am. Nothing here, is there? Is it? Oh, it's from the bomb, is it? I actually would have never guessed it. I'm completely honest. Okay. So that's the fragment of your dead body. Perfect then. Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden to ask Byakuya. I have to head all the way back there, dude. It's such a long walk. Or so it's like a faster travel mode. I guess we have to go all the way back. Fair enough. So, let's see. Let's sprint as fast as possible. Okay. No, this is the longest path probably. The longest floor to get from one stair to another. Okay. Now, over to the next set of stairs. And over to the garden. Is Byakuya here? He is. Alright. Take me to Kyoko's room. Nice. Let's go then. Byakuya walked off without a second glance and I hurried after him. Okay. Let's go to Kyoko's room. Fine. Open it. Okay, let's see. And it's open. Looks like it, thanks. Let's go inside. I wonder how she has her room decorated at all. Probably not, right? There's a book there. So this is Kyoko's room. What's this book? There's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration. Okay, it's not a book. What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's possibly a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. Okay. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that. But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. Yeah, way on the 4th floor again, right? You wanted to come here, right? So, what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Boy.
Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much you take. Surely you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of direction here. Okay. Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. Okay.
So.
Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets. That's all that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Means under the mattress, right? But could something be under the bed sheets? What's this? Found a crumpled up piece of paper. Kyoko is so fucking smart. I love her. Class 78 student registry. Mukuro Ikusawa. Okay, it appears to be Mukuro Ikusawa's profile. Yeah, it looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room, along with the key. God, you're so annoying. Okay. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. Name, Mukuro Ikusawa. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Interesting. So what did Kyoko call her ultimate despair? The ultimate soldier, a mercenary group, this doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person. But then, I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. You recognize it? Okay. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. It is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already... I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero. But have you gotten your pretty little hand there? You found her profile? So what if we did? Don't freak out on me, I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and I hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivores, you know. Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well? Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is now, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I've ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that. When you all first got here in the main hallway, back when there was 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. Misunderstanding? Are you saying... That's right, there weren't actually 15 of you. The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. Okay. The 16th student, Mokureko-sama, she's part of his school life. So the one making all the regulations is... Why? Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know? Make sense? Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kitty Kitty, so I'm gonna share a little secret with you. You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but... She wears them to cover up a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. That's what she kind of intended to mention in the last part of the free time event with her, right? Monokuma's account has been added to the Truth Blood section of your handbook. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars. Wait, so on the back of her hand, the tattoo. Wait, but no, Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Which means... those fake nails on the corpse... Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Didn't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here. Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case. Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of a school killing game. Mukuro is the killer. She killed Kyoko. No, she didn't. Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began. But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind. Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point. Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. Makes more sense than to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They wanted to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible, but if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected. Well, are you coming? Nice, we got teleported there because I really did not want to walk all the way. Okay, so it's number 6, right? There are wooden lockers here. There are wooden keys, blah blah blah, public bathhouses. Do you see the locker farthest to the right? That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found in that locker. Okay. Let's see what's inside. The locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. Arrows. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Okay. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a bloodstain? If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow, but how could it possibly be involved? Okay, I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did a key to the locker wind up in the victim's room? Or perhaps... Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. I guess the library now? The research, the library thingy. Yeah, the archive, okay. We only have so much time before the trail begins, let's hurry. Off to the archive we go. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight for the shelf in the back. He quickly returned with the file in his hand. Want to talk about it, dude? Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you. But I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. It's kind of extreme. Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into their enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, and most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group. They simply imploded. Okay. What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality, and the only reality. Those people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here, as unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? Just show that you're a member of the team. Each soldier that joins the squad get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on the body. Okay, so that's the tattoo on their hand. That got kind of bird and looks like a dog. Fair enough. They got a tattoo of Fenrir. Could that mean... Yeah, okay. Havoc profile has been updated. Okay, I'm guessing that's the end of the investigation process. Interesting enough. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial, so please meet up in the usual spot. Perfect. Then, the time has come. Okay. Let's go then. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I wasn't expecting a trial for this chapter. Really. Everything kind of happened like really fast. But I'm really excited to play the trial. Sorry, English. So yeah, my guesses are that Monokuma killed Mukura. Kind of, somehow. I don't know. We'll see. I wonder if Kyoko is going to appear at any point. I guess we'll just have to find out. I hope you guys are doing well. And if you like my content, subscribe, follow my social media. I leave links to those in the description. Comment on this video, like my other videos. Do whatever you want. Love you all. See you guys next episode. Goodbye.